Coming up right now, food delivery service DoorDash is warning its customers about their latest tipping policy.
Also coming up, a car gets pulled over for breaking the law. However, it's what's written on the side of it that has people talking.
And later, American Airlines flight attendants take their company to court and win a major lawsuit. We've got all the details.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Matt Doolittle. Welcome to Daily Flash. Mitch English will be back later this week. He finally got that extraction, Andrea. I know he's been walking around with a little bit of a limp. He may be a little sore, but luckily they got it out with no problem.
You know, nothing a little physical therapy won't take care
I mean,
of.
he'll be fine. He can finally touch his toes. All right, so a big change in the fast food culture is coming, and Burger King announced they're closing over 400 of their stores worldwide.
What?
So they realized after the pandemic, business slowed down a little, but also what they realized is people are ordering digitally off the app, and they like using kiosks more. So they saw a 30% increase in their digital orders since then. So 1 in 3 people are ordering digitally. They're not going up to the stand, they're doing it on their app. And they like the kiosk order, but then also they saw an increase of 13% in sales of people doing upcharges. So when you're ordering your Whopper, and you go, oh, I can get the avocado on there for 30 cents.
Right.
Oh, I would like bacon on that for 40 cents. Oh, I can upgrade my fries for $1. Because usually at the window, they're not trying to upsell you.
Right.
They're like, yeah,
Right.
here's your soda, have a nice time. So Burger King's going, well, we're losing money. You know, McDonald's has always had that big stronghold on that. So like, well, we're going to close the stores, but we're going to reduce our footprint, but then we're going to break it down to basically just a kitchen staff. And right around the corner, that's going to go away.
Yeah. Well, how much of that do you think is this demand and an increase in minimum wage too for a fast food worker making $20, $25 an hour? It's hard to imagine these businesses are able to kind of keep up with that.
I think it's a big part of that, especially in some parts of the country, like California. It's a minimum of $20, and I think that's crazy for somebody that's making burgers. Now, I never worked in fast food, but I have done like retail jobs, and for what I did, I expected to make what I made. I think, but a lot of it hit that increase in the upcharges because the people working there aren't upselling. They're not getting an extra penny for every slab of bacon they sell. The kiosk doesn't care, so they're just seeing that upcharge. So I mean, it's going to be a big change in the way we're going to see fast food done.
Well, tipping has been a huge controversy lately. Food delivery service DoorDash warning customers who don't include a tip during checkout that they might have to wait for their food a little bit longer. The company says it's testing out a new tipping policy. The trial run includes a notification sent to customers that orders without tips are less desirable for their dashers and can lead to longer wait times. The idea is that a guaranteed tip on an order means the food will get to you faster. However, if the driver has to wait for a tip after he delivers your food, it might take longer because the job will be considered low value. And this has caused a lot of controversy.
I mean, it's going to cause people to actually go get their own food again. I mean, that's what I do. I really don't like using these services because of the upcharges, the taxes, and then you got a tip on top. It's like, I'll just walk down the street and get it.
Not to mention they might be snacking on your food on the way to your house.
Yes,
that concerns me.
And you've seen some of these people's cars and their cleanliness. There's no standards. Nobody's watching out for it. It is a big concern. So we'll have to see if they, can change that or find some balance there. A Florida driver was issued a citation when sheriff's deputies determined his truck labeled, yes, this is true, Booty Patrol.
Hello.
Resembled a Border Patrol vehicle. The DeSoto County Sheriff's Office said the white Chevy Silverado, which bears a green stripe on the side and the words Booty Patrol on the back, had been spotted in several counties. The driver was cited under a law banning vehicles from having red and blue lights that resemble lights on law enforcement vehicles. Some comments on the Sheriff's Office's Facebook post incited the truck is used for show and that lights were only turned on while filming a music video. Right.
Okay, when you at first glance it looks like a Border Patrol
It looks
car.
like Border Patrol, but
Sorry.
it Booty Patrol.
I get it.
But where do you go park that? Where
At a strip club?
At a strip club, and I mean,
I watched that On Patrol show on Reels that shows and they feature Daytona Beach Police Department, and during I think it was Bike Week, they had a guy that they pulled over who had something similar, but he had a stripper pole built on the back end of his truck with lights and everything going on, and they're like, dude, you can't be driving this here.
I mean, it's Daytona Beach, so I mean that's perfectly normal. I see nothing wrong with that. I mean,
of course,
if it's in the middle of Nebraska, then maybe it's a flag there. But
4 flight attendants for American Airlines who claimed their uniforms were making them sick won $1 million lawsuit thanks to a California jury. The flight attendants claimed their uniforms contained traces of chemicals linked to a number of health problems. Resins containing formaldehyde have been used in fabric for years to keep clothes wrinkle-free and make them last longer. In 2017, more than 400 American Airlines employees filed suit against Twin Hill and Tailored brands, the makers of their uniforms. The jury at that point decided the uniforms were a substantial factor in causing harm to flight attendants. However, jurors said the company was not negligent in its design of the garments. American Airlines provided new uniforms to their flight crews back in 2016. When you think about all the stuff that's made for us that we wear, that we eat, that we drink out of, it's crazy to think how many chemicals are involved.
And especially when you work for a big organization like that, when I worked for Disney, they have just a garment department where you go swap all your stuff out, and you don't know what they're cleaning it with.
Yeah.
Luckily, with a lot of my stuff, I could take it home and wash it myself, and then go turn it in eventually, and kind of wear and tear. But there's people daily that had to turn their stuff in, and they have no idea what it's in. And then you're like, why am I itching? And then it's a bad idea.
Chemicals are being sprayed on that uniform to disinfect it.
They should put a sign up saying, hey, we use this and this. If you have an allergic reaction to it, let us know. But they were just probably sending it in and then putting it out with the materials in it.
Well, the Real Housewives of New York City cast took the stage for the show's official panel of BravoCon 2023 with one notable absence, Jenna Lyons. The 3rd annual Bravo fan convention took place in Vegas, but Lyons, considered the biggest star of the franchise, was not there. The Love Scene Lashes founder and former J. Crew president had made no secret about her discomfort with the show. She even told Andy Cohen during an appearance on his show that her thorn of the season was the whole show. Bravo typically does not announce any casting decisions and had no official comment about Lyons' potential return for the upcoming season.
I mean, I don't watch any of those shows. I really haven't hit the ground running on any of the Real Housewives of anything.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they always like to find somebody who will make a good bad person.
Oh, yeah,
the evil cast member.
A table flipper.
Yeah.
Is what I've heard they call it. They want a table flipper, a wine thrower table flipper.
Of course they do. So that's like their whole goal. They want that, and so depending on how you fit into the cast, they determine, I think, early on in the season who they're going to pinpoint as the bad person.
You're going to be the bad one. We're going to feed you this line, or they're in their ears. Yeah. We've all seen the behind-the-scenes stuff of the reality shows where they pipe it up. But I can imagine these people have money, and she's had a president at a very a huge company, so she doesn't need this. And I think at a point you finally got to go. I don't want the cameras. I don't want people harassing me when I go to Target. Like, leave me alone for. Finally, you get your fame, and I think you got to step away at some point.
Yeah, because I think a lot of these people do those reality shows for the money, but a lot of these women, I mean, they're wealthy housewives, they don't need the money. So it's like, well, then why are you doing it? For the attention?
For the attention, the fame, and the exposure, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe to push their brand, but I don't think she really needed that. Well, a charity-run thrift store in the UK is asking supporters to stop donating their used and unused adult toys.
Come on!
Come on, man! The secondhand store located in Wales supports a children's charity. They're in need of children's toys, not your adult toys. They recently had to release a statement asking donors to refrain from donating used and unused marital aids. A representative for the charity said the statement followed a recent round of inappropriate donations. I mean, look, I'm selling a lot of stuff on eBay that I see like, oh, I don't need that Power Ranger anymore. I'll donate it, but I don't walk around and go, hey, honey, what's in the drawers over there? Let's get rid of some of that.
Is there a $15,000 hoo-ha something from Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop site?
Yeah, that you got to donate to the thrift. You're just walking down the aisles. You're like, oh yeah, was that a lightsaber? No, put that down, honey.
Can you imagine the stuff that they must see that they get in there? I mean, I'm sure a majority of it is okay, but then people donate. It's one thing to donate something new, but you.
And in Wales, it's a very small community. It's out. It's way north. There's not a lot. It's very sparse.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what kind of toys are they using out there?
And the neighbors are talking.
The neighbors, everybody knows each other up there.
Did you know so-and-so donated such and such at the
Yeah, hey, I found your thing from last week, Tom. Like,
I remember going to one of those charity events, and it was a fair, and you go to the different booths and you could win different prizes, and they had like these grocery bag prizes. And as a side joke, they had put in a couple of adult toys in the grocery bags just as sort of a ha, let's see who gets this bag.
probably sold the best too.
Yeah, probably so. Well, stay with us. Still more to come here on Daily Flash. Head to our website, dailyflashshow.com, for more information or to sound off on any of these stories.
Don't send us your toys.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson. The National Association of Realtors and the country's biggest brokerage firms are facing a $1.8 billion judgment. Why is this so important? Well, it could ultimately change the game the next time you buy or sell a home and pay a realtor's commission. Joining us to talk about what's happening next, Liz Puga of ESP Real Estate Services. Liz, welcome to Daily Flash. How is this verdict changing, or how could it change the way we buy homes?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. So far the trial judge has not issued an order with any injunctions that would require NAR or other defendants to change their business practices or policies. I believe this case is bringing awareness to the buyers and the brokers, the importance of brokers being transparent and buyers knowing their rights.
What's been the reaction from realtors regarding this judgment?
The thing is that I feel it would be unfair to the buyers to lose their representation and be forced into a dual representation agreement where the listing agent is representing both parties, which is not in the buyer's best interest because the buyer could not afford to pay for broker fees directly. Realtors need to continue to educate their clients and maximize the transparency about their choices and terms, and continue to offer guidance on financial, legal, and community complexities of buying and selling a home.
And what about the brokerage firms? How are they affected, or how could they be affected if this judgment does go through?
Right. NAR has emphasized for many years two important things. It recommends brokers use a buyer representation agreement, which maximizes the transparency by putting all agreements in writing and ensure clarity and understanding, as all members are obligated to do pursuant to the NAR Code of Ethics.
What about other lawsuits coming down the pike?
So after the jury's verdict in the Burnett case, the same plaintiff's attorney filed another antitrust lawsuit titled Gibson et al. Versus NAR et al., and in the same Missouri federal court, alleging similar claims. This lawsuit was just filed last week, and this is a nationwide lawsuit consisting of sellers who listed their properties for sale on the MLS with one of the 7 named brokerages and who paid a broker commission from October of 2019 to present.
The industry, like everything else, is suffering because of inflation. What's happening next for the real estate market across the country?
CoreLogic reports that home prices rose 3.7% year over year in August, and prices will continue to increase well into 2024. NAR states the country had a 3.3-month supply of housing inventory in August, only about half of the 5 to 6 months that would be needed for a more balanced market. The greater demand, the more the property is worth. Although the rates are higher, you're not seeing multiple offer frenzies where people were overbidding due to extremely low interest rates. So there is some stabilization there. Current cost of construction is stalling new housing developments, and the slump in inventory creates even more demand for rentals, pushing up the rental price.
Yeah, we're seeing that here in Florida for sure with the rental market. Liz,
Right.
back to the judgment. How should potential home buyers and home sellers see this move? Ultimately, is it an advantage for them when it comes to the real estate commission?
Again, nothing is changing as of yet. But as far as the home buyers, it would just be in their best interest to require a buyer's representation agreement, which maximizes the transparency by putting everything in writing and to ensure clarity and understanding.
Liz, thank you so much for joining us. For more information on any new developments, head to our website, dailyflashshow.com.
The holiday season is here, and it's time to start planning your holiday menus. Whether you're gearing up for Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, or any special occasion, it's best to use top ingredients to impress your guests. Here to share their favorite recipes and tips for cooking up Instagram-worthy dishes are New York Times best-selling cookbook author and pie expert Erin McDowell and ice cream scientist Ian Moppert. I'm so interested in that title. Welcome, guys. How are you?
So good. Thanks for having us.
Hello.
Erin, as a professional baker, what will you be cooking up for your friends and family this season?
Well, I really like recipes that have classic flavors, but also aren't afraid of a bold twist. So I've got a few items on the Thanksgiving menu this year. I've got this honey roasted butternut squash crostini with cream cheese drizzle. You get caramelized butternut squash and that tangy cream cheese from Tillamook, and it's just an epic flavor combination. I'm also crazy about these pillowy, flaky biscuits. They've got Tillamook sharp cheddar inside, and then you can really impress your guests. Go over the top by making a flavored compound butter. This is a gochujang compound butter, a little sweet, a little spicy. It's really gonna send those biscuits totally over the top. And then this pimento mac and cheese in front of me, talk about a crowd pleaser. You get a little bit of that smokiness from the pimento, plus tons of Tillamook sharp cheddar shreds and creamy Tillamook butter. It's just gonna be disappearing. You're not gonna have any leftovers of that one. I know that for sure.
And Ian is an actual ice cream scientist. Tell us why we should use Tillamook ice cream.
So aside from the fact that it's just better, so our fans and the consumers of Tillamook have come to know and love the fact that we will always use the highest quality ingredients. And so paired with that, we actually use more cream and butterfat in our ice cream. And so what this translates to is a much richer, creamier, more decadent experience that when side by side with our competitors, you'll definitely know the difference. So a couple of new offerings this holiday season. First of all, we have the peppermint bark, which is going to be a peppermint ice cream that is going to have shattered candy cane chunks and white chocolate bits strewn about. And then also we have my personal favorite, which is going to be our holiday sugar cookie. And so this is going to be a rich cookie base that is going to have holiday sugar cookie dough and then be finished off with creme brulee sprinkles. And it is absolutely phenomenal.
Awesome, guys. And where can we go for more info?
So you can go to our website, tillamook.com, for a whole host of recipes from appetizers to mains to desserts. And then don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok as well.
Great, guys. Thanks for all that info. We'll have it on our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Thanks.
In this week's Boss Lady, we want you to meet the woman behind Love for Paws, an animal rescue organization based in Sarasota, Florida. Please welcome Melanie Lehman to Daily Flash. Hi, Melanie.
Good morning, Andrea. How are you?
Good to see you. Why did you start Love for Paws?
I started Love for Paws. I had worked with another large rescue group for about 10 years and served on the board of directors. And they had become really big, and I felt like they were possibly going a direction that it wasn't where I wanted to be. So I resigned and did some volunteering here locally, and then just thought I just might be crazy enough to start one on my own. So I gathered a few people that had worked with the previous rescue before, gathered some friends with great rescue hearts, and we formed a board and got going.
Your focus has always been on the bigger, more active breeds, like the Great Danes and the Weimaraners. Why?
Yes. I personally own 2 Great Danes and 2 Weimaraners and a pit mix, but the sporting breeds, definitely Weimaraners, German Shorthairs, Vizslas, Great Danes. But I think it's pretty common knowledge that the larger and extra large breeds are less adoptable from a shelter and even privately. You know, they're not always, the people don't always have the right home for a larger breed. So that's who we try to focus on so we can help more of the dogs that need help.
I think so many people see these beautiful photos and videos of these dogs, or they see one featured in a movie and they think, oh my gosh, I want that for my family. But then once they get them, they don't realize the work that's involved. You recently took in about a dozen golden doodles during a rescue.
We did. There have been several golden doodles being dumped in the woods in Hernando County area. There were 11 that were found about midnight 2 Fridays ago. And so we got them here on Saturday. So we are in the process of getting the rest of their vetting done and finding them homes.
And why is it that golden doodles are being abandoned in what seems like record numbers, and not just golden doodles, but the Labradoodle breed as well?
Correct. I can't speak for certain. I feel as though what we're seeing is just so much overbreeding in a lot of these backyard breeders. What we suspect of the ones that we took in, they are 2 litters. We have estimated a 6-month litter and a 9-month litter. So what we suspect is that probably the breeder had 1 or 2 litters on the way or just recently born that would be more, I say adoptable, but for them sellable, I guess would be the more correct word. So they probably didn't have a reason for these older litters anymore and just got rid of them.
Your organization made national headlines with a 19-year-old Weimaraner named Dax. Give us the story behind Dax.
Yeah, Dax was at a shelter in a rural shelter in North Florida. And the rescue that I worked with previously, we had a relationship with, they didn't have a foster home available. And, at his age, obviously wasn't appropriate for him to go to a facility. So we said we would take him here so he could live out his days in a foster home with one of our amazing board members. And as it turns out, the other rescue did find an adoptive home for him. So he was with us for almost 3 weeks, but then went to an adoptive home and unfortunately ended up being returned to the other rescue. But he had a good 6 weeks or so where he was very well loved by everyone who met him. He was an amazing dog.
You guys do a lot of work with vets and take care of animals that have come into you wounded and injured. How much of a part of your organization is involved in bringing a pet back to life like we see with Dax? And I understand you've got one with the Golden Doodle rescue you just did.
Yeah. Well, yeah, vet care is obviously a huge part of what we do. It's what I would say 85% of our costs are involved in vet care. And as you mentioned, we just found out that one of the Golden Doodle puppies has a genetic deformity. So he is probably not going to be adoptable. So we're just going to keep him, happy on meds. He had an MRI. It's not likely that surgery is going to be able to help him. So we're going to treat him medically and give him the best life we can until something changes and our vets tell us that he no longer has a good quality of life. But he's a super sweet little dog. We named both these litters after Thanksgiving meal, and his name is actually Turkey. So, he's a sweetheart.
Melanie, thank you so much for all that you do. If you want more information on Melanie or Love for Paws Florida, head to their website, Love for Paws FL, or follow them on Facebook or Instagram at Love for Paws FL. Stay with us. Much more to come right after this.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Matt Doolittle. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment. And Mitch English, he'll be back later this week. He's currently on his yacht in Belize having a great time. I hear he's at a couple bikini fashion shows. So, Mitch, have a great time. A few gin and tonics for me.
Okay. Well, maybe Mitch will be shopping from Gwyneth's Goop gift guide.
Oh, no, not her again.
That's just been released, Matt. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Now, last year she made headlines with an $8,300 private yurt, which is like a hut.
Okay.
And a $38,000 mattress.
What?
I know. This was last year. Now, this year, her gift guide split into 3 different categories: the cook's gift guide, her wellness gift guide, and ridiculous but awesome gift guide section. So here you go, $400 block of cheese.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Age 24 months, not into that. What about a $14,000 backgammon set?
I don't even know how to play that.
Okay, so we're not going to get you that one. What about a $2,000 studio gong and stand?
That we may need to invest. I think we can put it on the Daily Flash Amex. I think we're good with that one.
There's a couple of items I cannot mention on the air because they're not.
Because they're more of her brand that are just smells like areas you don't want stuff to smell like.
Made out of 14 karat gold. One other item, a $16,000 hand painted tulip vase.
She's like the Thanos of Oprah's. Like, I mean, she has no concept of how the world works.
Well, you know, the Neiman Marcus catalog comes out every Christmas, and they always have, like, you know, a helicopter ride around the world, or, you know, a seat on a spaceship. They always have these really outlandish gift ideas.
I missed the service merchandise one. That was within my price range. All right, well, something that might not be in your price range, well, if you need to tip right, food delivery service DoorDash is warning customers who don't include a tip during checkout that they might have to wait longer for their food.
Oh, boy.
The company says it's testing out a new tipping policy. The trial run includes a notification sent to customers that orders without tips that are less desirable for their dashers and can lead to longer wait times. The idea is that a guaranteed tip on an order means the food will get to you faster. However, if the driver has to wait for a tip after they deliver your food, it might take longer because the job will be considered low value.
Okay, so let me get this straight. I go ahead and tip you ahead of my delivery.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you deliver my food and you're half hour, 45 minutes late, my food's half eaten or cold,
Yes.
I lose my tip because I've tipped you ahead of time.
Right.
Okay.
Makes no sense. After the pandemic, and I know that the service industry got nailed hard by it. And during the pandemic, I did some of the Uber Eats delivery stuff, so I understand how that works. And from the guys I've talked to since I did that, they just make almost nothing on these trips, and it's sometimes their only way of income. But I mean, you've got to tip them. But if it's a bad service, that's what the whole point of it is for.
Right.
I think this goes more back on the dasher companies to compensate them more.
Yes, because you know, if you're demanding that you tip them 15, 20, 25, 30%, whatever it is nowadays, then shouldn't you add some sort of a buffer in there for your drivers?
Well, when you get a $15 burrito and then by the time you get it, it's $32 because of all the charges, but then not knowing that the merchant they got it from got gypped a 10% like delivery fee on top of it, that the merchant almost made less on it.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense. These delivery services need to get this under control because I think it's turning into like mayhem out there.
But I don't understand why you would spend, you know, a Big Mac, fries, Coke. Obviously, the prices have gone up, but by the time you get it delivered to you, A, it's probably on the cool side, and B, it's cost you about $35, and this is before you leave a tip.
Yeah.
Can you not just get in the car and go to the drive-thru?
I had a Taco Bell delivery once that was a $5 meal. It was a $20 delivery because of how far the Taco Bell. I was like, dude, how stoned were you to need this? And it was like noon on a Tuesday.
See, I recently saw someone picking up a DoorDash order, and I'm thinking to myself, I would not want that person delivering my food.
No, and you just see, sometimes you can see them at, like, you know, and they get uppity at the counters too, waiting on it with their phone and they're shoving their face. And that's the other part of it is, I think I don't know if there needs to be like a Dasher council of how to fix this, or it needs to. I mean, I would say it needs to go to Congress, but that'll never get done.
Uber Eats Congress.
Yeah, Uber Eats Congress.
Let us know what you think about this controversial topic. DailyFlashShow.com.
Yeah, it was a
council.
It was a $20 burrito. Like,
was it worth it?
I don't know.
The much anticipated veterans work list is out. Here's info on the top jobs.
Navy Federal Credit Union has released their Best Careers After Service report based on a survey of over 1,000 veterans.
The top industries for best careers after service are business and financial operations, community and social service, management, healthcare professions, and arts and entertainment. Check out Hire Heroes USA. They're dedicated to providing career coaching and training to veterans.
Visit NavyFederal.org to learn more.
More Americans are choosing luxury travel more than ever before. Here's premier travel expert Stephanie Oswald with more.
More Americans are flocking towards luxury travel than ever before. A new survey from Apple Vacations found that 62% of adults said that luxury is no longer about how much money you spend. Award-winning journalist and premier travel expert Stephanie Oswald has more.
True luxury travel lies in the ability to create that personalized experience. Whether that means a private butler, fine dining, or spa and wellness treatments, consumers are looking for ways to have that tailored vacation, all without breaking the bank.
Of those surveyed, 59% reported being in different phases of planning for international travel, and over half said that they're more likely to use a travel advisor to help with the stress of planning a luxury vacation.
With more than 50 years in the travel industry, Apple Vacations can turn those dreams into lifelong memories. Travel advisors are here to work with your budget, itinerary, and interests to create the perfect luxury vacation.
For more information and to start planning, visit traveladvisorsgetyouThere.com.
It is that time of year when we are prone to catch a cold. Here's great info on staying healthy.
This cold and flu season could be severe, and doctors are advising people to be prepared and proactive in managing their health.
The most important thing you can do this flu season is get vaccinated as soon as possible against the flu, COVID-19, and if eligible, RSV for yourself or if you have an infant or toddler. If you do become sick, GoodRx provides discounts to treatments including Tamiflu, cold medications, antibiotics, and antivirals.
Learn more at goodrx.com/coldandflu.
A viral video has captured the attention of thousands on social media. It supposedly reveals the story of a guy who found himself in a desperate situation after a surprise event planned by his girlfriend. The young man, whose identity remains anonymous, had emigrated to the United States illegally. His life took an unexpected turn when his girlfriend prepared a surprise trip for him to Tijuana, Mexico.
Oh, no.
However, the story claims this loving gesture turned into a nightmare since he didn't have documents to return to the States once he crossed the border. And his girlfriend was apparently speechless when she realized the consequence of her actions. No word yet on the end result of this couple and their alleged surprise trip to Mexico.
Oh, no, that's just...
Is that not a conversation you might have before you sort of...
I think before you go over the border anywhere, like you want that. Like I get upset and Leah tries to plan these nice little surprises for me, but I go, babe, I need to know what I need to wear. I need to know what I need to bring. What clothes am I doing? Is this golf? Is this hot? Because she had this great thing planned for me for my birthday last year, but I thought we were going to Topgolf and it ended up being ice skating. So I was completely dressed the opposite way to go. I showed up in sandals, some socks for golfing, and then she's like, "Oh, we're going ice skating." I was like, "Okay," and I got on there. I was there for 5 minutes. I was like, "I can't do this."
I was just going to ask you, are you an ice skater?
No.
Because if you're not, it can be the most miserable experience.
I have horrible ankles.
Oh.
So I'm on there, and I'm like Bambi going around it with the kids on the wall.
Now, Matt, did you not discuss this ice skating? Was that never a conversation with Leah?
No, it was not. But it also, I was like, when have I ever said I wanted to go ice skating? Clearly I golf all the time. Why wouldn't we just go to Topgolf?
See, that again, that I think is
That's a discussion you need to have,
Yeah, when it comes to crossing borders or ice skating, those definitely need to be discussed.
I don't need a passport to go ice skating, but I need pants.
And skates and some kind of ability so that you don't break your you-know-what.
Very uncoordinated.
Yeah. Well, stay with us. Still more to come on Daily Flash right after this. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to
Mitch English and Andrea Jackson have co-hosted together for over a decade. And now, only on Daily Flash, they serve up a fast, fun, fresh perspective on the day's trending news and entertainment.
Okay, so you want me to cancel the Will and Jada Smith celebrity roast? Okay, will do.
You'll be entertained with intriguing, informative, and engaging guests. Daily Flash offers the latest in pop news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, wellness, and even some unscripted, irreverent, who knows what's next fun.
All right, I'm gonna pull a groin. That's not what broke.
Daily Flash with Mitch English and Andrea Jackson. Trending news and entertainment.
Before you know it, holiday music will start playing in the stores and savvy shoppers will start making their lists of items to buy. Plans will be in place to spend their money on gifts, food, decorations, and more. It can put a major dent in anyone's wallet, but by using the right credit card, you can spend while earning cash back for yourself. Here's more info.
I've got some special offers and benefits to get the most of your cash back rewards this season. Chase Freedom card members can earn 5% cash back at select wholesale stores, select charities, and checking out through PayPal this season. Whether you're stocking up for holiday parties, doing some donating, or gift giving, you'll earn 5% cash back up to $1,500 spent. If you're traveling this season, be sure to stock up on all your grocery store needs and use your Chase Freedom Flex or Unlimited card for 5% cash back on your first year, up to $12,000 spent at grocery stores or at gas stations. This is on top of your already everyday cash back rewards. And for the month of November, take advantage of Chase's month of more and earn 5% at your favorite retailers and up to 15% at gift card redemptions this season. For more information, be sure to go to chase.com/freedom for all the benefits.
The rise of audiobooks in sales and the number of listeners cannot be ignored anymore. Spotify announced that audiobooks will become available to Spotify Premium subscribers in the U.S., introducing tens of millions of new listeners to audiobooks. Here's Xavier Jernigan, Spotify AI DJ and Head of Cultural Partnerships with more.
Hey, I'm Xavier Jernigan. My friends call me X, and I'm Spotify's AI DJ and the Head of Cultural Partnerships. I'm announcing that for our premium eligible users here in the U.S., you can now stream 15 hours of audiobooks every single month. Now, you have to have an eligible account. What that means is you have to be the primary account holder on a dual plan or the primary account holder on the family plan, and that's it. We have a library of over 200,000 audiobooks. Now, to get that, what you do is right on your Android, right on your iPhone, go in the App Store, download Spotify, subscribe for a premium plan, and then right on the home page, right across the top of our home recommendations, just click on audiobooks. The library's there, or go to search, type in your favorite artist, your favorite author, your favorite subject. The audiobook is there, or scroll down to our audiobooks hub and see the whole entire library. Check us out. We're glad you're with us. Thanks for rocking with Spotify. Peace.
Here's some financial advice to make sure your budget is friendly this holiday season.
We learned something very interesting in a recent Intuit Credit Karma study, which is that 24% of Americans wish that the holidays would be canceled altogether this year because of cost. If that's you, I'm here to tell you that it does not need to be that way. The number one thing you can do to avoid overspending this season is to be realistic about what you can spend. Take a look at what money you've got coming in, what's going out, and see what you can afford to put towards the holidays this year. If it's not much or none at all, see if there's areas you can cut back on your spending to be able to put a little money towards the holidays. Regardless of what that spending limit is, it's important that you stick to it. Once you have that spending limit, it's time to make a plan. It's really easy to wait to the last minute and be running around on Christmas Eve trying to buy gifts. And not only is that stressful, you'll end up spending more money because you'll miss out on deals and discounts. As part of that plan, make a list. Check it twice. Keep checking it. Keep it in your pocket or on your phone. That can really help you say no to impulse buying, which is so tempting for so many of us around the holidays. And once you have that list, it's also a lot easier to do your homework. There are a ton of deals and discounts available over the holiday season, so taking some time to research what deals are available can really help you save money. The biggest mistake people make over the holidays is not making that plan. But another big mistake is not talking to their friends and family about their financial stress. If you're feeling stressed about the holidays, you are not alone. 22% of Americans feel they cannot afford any holiday gifts this year. So if that's you, talk to your family about ways you can be creative, maybe setting spending limits, only purchasing gifts for one person, or doing something free or a baked goods exchange to be able to alleviate some of the stress. For more information, download the Credit Karma app. We've got a lot of tools, tips, and resources that can help.
The holiday shopping season is here, so how do we balance our finances and enjoy a worry-free holiday season? Here's the VP at Affirm, Erica White.
Maybe we're all sick of talking about it, but the reality is we're all facing high costs for yet another holiday season. This year, people are definitely playing the long game, and they are hedging their bets as they hold out for the best deals. And that doesn't just mean discounts. Most people who haven't started holiday shopping yet, about 2 in 3, are specifically keeping an eye out for interest-free promotions. For instance, you can shop 0% offers from your favorite retailers like Nordstrom, StubHub, or Best Buy with Affirm this holiday season. Affirm is here to help you take control of your budget and purchase pretty much anything you need for the holidays, whether it's airfare, gifts, or supplies to entertain. You can spread purchases out from 6 weeks to 60 months, choosing from customized payment options that work best for you. And with Affirm, you never have to worry about overspending because they only approve purchases they believe can be repaid. And there are no latent hidden fees that can throw a wrench in your budget. Check out Affirm.com or download the Affirm app to learn more.
Grocery shoppers are taking a smart approach to planning their favorite holiday meals. Check this out.
Grocery prices remain a concern among U.S. households. However, according to FMI, the Food Industry Association's U.S. Grocery Shopper Trends Report, grocery shoppers are finding ways to manage this holiday season. Leslie G. Saracen, president and CEO of FMI, shares how consumers plan to shop for and celebrate the upcoming major food holidays.
We're seeing grocery shoppers take a savvy approach to the holiday season by cooking more at home, looking for deals, shopping more stores, and buying different products.
Consumers are still looking forward to celebrating the holidays to the fullest and are being smart in how they approach holiday meals at the grocery store.
Our advice is to plan ahead and shop early for your holiday meals. Consider buying store brands and download your grocery store's app for promotions and sales. If you're looking to save time, consider shopping in the deli and bakery departments for affordable side dishes and seasonal treats to complete your meals.
To learn more, visit fmi.org/grocery trends.
Great tips there. And if you've got some free time heading into the holidays, take a break from all that shopping and such. Head over to our website, dailyflashshow.com, for some behind-the-scenes exclusive info. Hit up our socials. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. It's time to take a look at the lifestyles of the rich and famous as we dive into some celebrity real estate.
Okay, here we go. Let's start with former host of Entertainment Tonight, Lisa Gibbons, who has put her West Hollywood, California home up for rent.
Ooh,
Matt,
rent.
This is for rent. Gibbons bought the nearly century-old property in 2011, and she wants $12,000 a month
Oh,
for the
that's
place.
nothing.
The quaint gated address features a 3-bedroom, 3-bath main house and a 1-bedroom, 1-bath guest unit. The home opens up to a living room anchored by a sculpted fireplace, hardwood floors, and a huge picture window. The kitchen includes stainless steel appliances and a breakfast nook. The home's 2 first-floor bedrooms have private spa-style bathrooms, wood floors, and bright windows, easy to convert into a home office, gym, or even a guest room.
Just 12 grand a month. That's,
Just 12 grand a
the
month.
rent for the year at a normal place. But yeah, that's fine.
Veteran news anchor Diane Sawyer has sold her beachfront estate on Martha's Vineyard for a cool $24 million. The estate is known as Chip Chop, and it's located on about 20 acres. Sawyer and her husband, the late film director Mike Nichols, bought the manch for $5 million back in 1995, so that's a cool $20 million profit. Wow. The home dates back to the late 1930s and was designed by for actress Catherine Cornell at the time. It has multiple houses, a swimming pool, a tennis court, 2 stretches of private beach. The main residence is a shingled New England-style home with 3 bedrooms and 10 chimneys.
What?
10 chimneys.
That's a lot of Santa Clauses.
The estate also has a 2-bedroom caretaker's house, 2 detached bedroom suites for guests, and 2 beach cottages known as the Shacks.
I like the caretaker house.
Yeah.
I need someone to watch this so you get your own home.
Okay.
Okay. Well, actress Halle Berry dreamed of living near the ocean, and in 2004, she paid $8.5 million for a beachfront house in Malibu. Now, after years of using it as just a weekend getaway, she's listing it for $18 million. The house has about 60 feet of beachfront and is located in the famous Malibu Colony, a gated community just off the Pacific Coast Highway. The 5,000 square foot home has 3 bedrooms, along with a number of decks and balconies facing the Pacific. The house has curved lines and rounded edges, and the main living area features a circular skylight. Primary bedroom has a fireplace and a sitting area. It also has a loft, the Oscar winner once used as an office.
Well, there you go. Some nice property to purchase.
Nice property for you to go out there and jump on if you can.
Thanks for joining us and spending time.
Yes, peace and love, peace and love.
Be good, everybody. There's our crew.
Look at our team.
Woo!
Woo!